All right. Good evening. Welcome to Friday Night Transformers. Let's do this show. Let's bloody do it.
On our way there, with toys in the millions all under one roof. It's called Toys R Us. Soon after bedtime, when dark nighttime falls, Jeffrey and helpers stock up all the shelves. From ceiling to floor, books, board games and bikes, teddies, puppets and dolls, beds, spaceships and trikes. There's millions, says Jeffrey, all under one roof. It's called Toys R Us, Toys R Us, Toys R Us.
Indeed. Welcome to Transformers, the show number 222. We're joined by Rohan tonight, Pete, Andy, and Jamie. And of course, me, Paul, your host. We're all back from TFUKcon. We've got stories to tell you, plus a long old video to play you in a little bit. But tonight, we're going to be talking about our favourite Transformers from 1991. We've got our top 5 Combaticons, as well as all the news, plus those Hasbro Pulse reveals. So, as always, let's do the news.
I talk some TV, and now the news. Don't touch that dial.
Sorry. Oh, that was smooth.
Up on the screen.
Yeah, the news. I forgot about that. God, I hit my microphone. Right, news. Mattel are doing Optimus Prime. So, yeah, this is Mattel's official Hot Wheels Transformers Optimus Prime, which you can currently see on the screen. So I think we'd heard about this. Oh, it's very shiny. It's very die-cast with chrome paint. Comes in a collector's box. It is obviously fully transformable.
And it's based on the original G1 mold, right? So it looks exactly the same.
Exactly.
I mean,
but smaller.
That's what I found surprising when Hasbro said they were, putting their stuff out there for, other companies. I didn't realize it'd be transforming one. I thought it would be, either static, be a statue or something set. It's either in one form or the other. But to be transforming, wow.
The arms look really good, don't they? Really good. Really long as well.
Very long.
I always worry that they don't make the arms long enough, but they've definitely done it this time.
Just to please you without bending.
And other places too.
But it might be 3.5 inches tall and 2.1 inches wide. That's just an approximation. No, I couldn't be sure.
But
there's no Alexa here to check.
No.
But the box it comes in is allow you to display it in both modes. So you can display it in its vehicle mode, and you can display it in its robot mode. You want to keep it inside the box, so they're quite pleased with that. I think the pictures confuse people because they didn't know if you'll get 2 copies or not. But they've
done it as comparison shots with the original toy.
Yeah,
that's pretty cool about the box, though. Yeah, very cool.
I don't need to measure the inches.
So I don't know if you guys saw this, but some people were posting on Facebook saying that the last crossover that these guys did, not Transformers, sold out absolutely immediately to scalpers everywhere. So there's a few people saying you got to get this really quickly if you want it. I don't know how true that is.
I do know that a lot of people are complaining because of the price, and to be honest, I think people need to drop that kind of complaint straight away. Talk about the figure first. The price is always going to be an issue for a lot of people for valid reasons, but sometimes when you just go in straight there with the price, I think it's almost inviting a pointless argument.
It's a beautiful
$80 for anyone who wants to buy it.
Don't you think the colours are a bit shagadelic? They're like a bit quite glitter.
Tangtastic.
It's just very chrome. God, the arms are really noticeable now. You've just
they are very. No, I noticed
that much.
Wow, the proportions really have gone a bit strange when it's shrunk.
God bless him and his gangly arms. Right.
Hot Wheels are big collectors, though. They collect as well. The Hot Wheels toy guys. So I guess it appeals to them.
And there's more Hot Wheels coming up. So then we got onto the reveals from Tuesday's Hasbro Pulse event, which we covered as a show. And if you haven't watched that video, you can go and watch that after this for more Transformers goodness. And this is Steeljaw, the Studio Series 86 Steeljaw.
Noise.
Which comes with a massive CG unit in the car.
And as we discussed on that show, you're going to need to buy 2 if you want to use this with Blaster for the accessory. It's, for Blaster's speakers.
Are you though?
Yeah.
Or is Ramhorn going to come with one?
Interesting question.
or just don't get it and
Or-
quit collecting, because
or-
that's what it makes me want to do.
Yeah.
Don't have to buy it just because you don't have to recreate everything you saw in the cartoon.
And
No,
Rohan, by
whatever's
the
good for
time
you.
you wait for the prices to drop, it'll be another fucking decade.
Oh no,
So
yeah, no, you're absolutely right. With these, because of the lack of distribution on them, and that's not Hasbro's fault actually. It seems like it's a take-up issue from the retailers. Not many people are stocking this size class, so it's really hard to get hold of these. Really, so I would advise people just jump on it. To be honest with you,
Pre-order.
Yeah.
or
I haven't done it
someone
yet,
else's
so-
bought it and get it for free.
absolutely, I'll jump on your bandwagon, Jamie.
Yeah.
You're gonna order 3 anyway. Let's be honest.
Then we had the Decepticon Trooper from the War for Cybertron game.
Nice.
I think it's fair to me and Pete quite like this. That's fair, Pete.
Just you and Pete. I like it as well. Why is it just me and Pete like it?
It's a great
Oh,
troop
you
builder.
can-
Well,
I
don't-
also like it, everyone.
oh, well, now it's 3 of us. Decepticon Soldier, generic. Who doesn't like it? Army
I
building.
don't like it. I don't like it.
Well, you
The
can't be in our
legs are a
club
little
anyway.
bit like-
Yeah, you're not in the club now.
Yeah.
You're
Join
not allowed
our
in
Actually,
the club.
actually looks worse than me now.
You just say
Too many people like
Don't
it.
hold it back.
Fancy
Don't hold it back.
establishment.
We're getting the Bumblebee movie Skywarp, which isn't really in much of Skywarp colours, but you know,
Nice.
Hi, Lucas.
head.
It's
For a second, I thought my son had appeared at the end.
Yeah, both
Oh,
our
yours.
sons are Lucas.
Double money.
Anyway, there it is. It's another one of the Bumblebee
log
sequels.
in the mold.
And then this one, which we will talk about in a bit more detail because this
Great
has caused
debate.
more debate than any of the other ones. So this is the Studio Series 86 Springer. I really hope that's someone's ringtone.
Where's the music? Where's that copyright strike music? How's Alexis
Oh
doing?
no, we can't get copyright strike over that, surely.
I
Not
think
that
for 5
early,
seconds.
surely.
5
Yeah.
seconds
Anyway.
in that room.
He comes with loads of new doing on Twitter, I think it was, where they'd taken a photo and they tried to show all the parts that were still the old parts from the Siege Springer, which is what this is based off, and then all the other parts that were then new. And it was basically about 70-80% of the figure. Now, whether that's accurate, I don't know. That's why I haven't shared the picture.
You know, I honestly just don't care. I think it's brilliant. I'm going to buy it.
We know,
I like
Jamie.
it. And I was going to do a comparison, but you know what? I started doing a comparison, started looking at Google, then I suddenly find myself looking at porn. 5 hours later,
Is this a story you want to go down?
5 hours later,
5 hours.
I decided
5 hours.
multiple 5
rolls
minutes if you
later.
want to talk.
Oh, dear.
Yeah. I've got a high recovery rate, I would let you know. But
Vortex, the lower house, the lower half of the house.
But look at those shoulders. Those shoulders, the way they flexibly move. And this is a
Wrist
must
gun,
buy.
wrist laser as well.
There
They're
we
giving
go.
him a
There
wrist
are
laser.
some lovely touches on this figure, and I have to say that from the comparison pictures they looks good.
And the hands open. I'm painting it
Yeah.
just for the
We'll-
hands
we'll
open.
get into that more. Straxus is the next comic book one that we're getting, and we haven't had a Straxus for a long time. And this looks like quite a good one. So it's based off the Legacy.
We haven't
Note.
had a good Straxus for a long time. 'Cause
Megatron mold?
The last Straxus was kind of good looking, but he just would blow over in the wind, you know.
Yeah,
So I'm
crap.
hoping this one's solid, yeah.
It feels like they've done a really good job of watching what New Age did with their Straxus, which was also taken from their Galvatron mold, and doing the same adaptations. It's come out really well.
Yeah.
Third party's good for something sometimes.
Yeah.
Good for
Although
conveyance.
I still think third party doing that the Dinobots the missing link thing is kind of wrong. Not when Takada just launching this new line.
Well, knockoffs are good for something, I suppose. Moving on. Studio Series 86 Bumblebee, which, again, there was a bit of debate over this, but most of it seemed to revolve around the colour of his windows,
Yeah.
Polarizing,
which they
isn't it?
explained on the live stream why they had to have them black.
And that makes sense.
Plastic,
Yeah.
and it's just, you know.
So why is
not
it
licensed,
then,
though, is it?
Rohan? Because you
It's
said it
something
made sense.
Yeah, he said it was to do with the see-through plastic being on the transformation panels. So if that was the case, then they would be more brittle, wouldn't they? And
Yeah,
Right.
but why not? Why use a see-through plastic? Why not use another plastic? It's just painted blue. It was to do with the fact that they said it wouldn't look as good because you're going to have the black bits there when it compressed.
It was, I think it was to do with the oh, he's gone. The blue.
that wasn't me.
Some of the
That wasn't
blue,
me
which
either.
wasn't me. Don't look at me. Has he kicked himself again? He
kicked
did this
himself.
the other day during the
Did
live
last week.
stream.
You did my
some
job.
glasses.
The blue plastic. Apparently, some bits of it would show in robot mode, and they said that would throw off the look of the figure, so they went with the black because it makes it look more complete. But
That's cool.
other people, including Jamie, did correctly point out that it does give it a very much a Pretender Bumblebee feel. Because if you remember, the Pretender Bumblebee figure had the black windows, so yeah, and it looks decent. Whether it's good enough to replace the Netflix ones,
I like it.
I like it.
And there they are altogether. But the Springer one is the controversial one. So it comes with all these bits. Some people were saying, well, why do I need a hammer? And people have pointed out that the hammer is part of the Wreckers thing nowadays, and it's even on the actual Wreckers insignia that they wear on their instead of the Autobot badge. I'll have one on some of the figures. The other big thing, I suppose, you get the missile or whatever you call it from Transformers the movie when he's got better things to do tonight than die. He's got 2 swords now, one more cartoon accurate or movie accurate, I suppose.
Was he leader class when he was first released?
No,
he's Voyager.
So that's taking the fucking piss, isn't it?
Oh, they've added all these accessories.
No, but the Transformer needs to physically change substantially for it to be a new class.
The argument is
there
it
is
has
quite a bit. Yeah, there is quite a
not
bit.
in size necessarily, but the engineering
substantially.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
They've said that they've remodeled and remolded several parts to improve the figure. They said they improved the engineering on it. Now, whether they have, we won't know until people start getting it in hand and actually reviewing it. We can actually look at the differences. But that's what they said in the stream anyway.
The way I look at it is
comparison shots.
It's coming out so soon after the last one. People are gonna, discount it. So don't worry about it. You'll get it at a good rate from Reasonable Rohan.
Reasonable Rohan, yeah. It is slightly taller. It's not massively taller, but it is slightly taller. And I do think they've improved. One of the complaints on the old one was the shoulder articulation and the fact it was restricted slightly by the on the Siege version by the shoulder parts they had, and they've remolded those so that there's now more freedom for the arms to be able to move for posing. Again, until we get it in hand and can have a look at it, you don't really know. Are any of them really worth how much they charge? Probably not, but it's up to you as an individual collector whether you want to buy it.
It's more the difference in class.
The only negative I would say is the backpack is less. It doesn't look as good on the new figure.
It's more prominent, isn't it? Yeah.
It's bigger. Although I actually think it tidies up better than the one on the right, which kind of.
It just looks weird in the profile. That's the only thing, because it's lower down or it wants to higher up. And gives,
I see what you mean there. Yeah. It doesn't look like it's up against his back as cleanly as it should be or could be.
It's fine. It's only going to affect the Lexus anyway. Don't worry about it.
Then we have, this relates to the fact that on the side of the comic book boxes, they've been putting artwork that put together starts to form a picture. And on the Straxus one, visible was a hand, and a yellow hand and a bit of red. So this has started a great debate and speculation amongst the fandom as to what that 4th figure is going to be. Now, some have speculated and speculate straight away that it might be Rodimus Prime or Hot Rod because of the colours. Other people have said Flame, who was a comic book only character, a bit like Straxus. Other people have said Emirate Zauron, who was around at the time Straxus was around. There's other options on the screen that you should be able to see now, which again, from the comic books, my money, just because other people have reported this as a rumor before all of this, was that there was supposedly a Zauron and Flame 2-pack that somebody had suggested we might be getting. So maybe instead of getting just one bot, we'll get 2. But I don't know. None of us know yet.
I kind of think it's going to be a comic book Rodimus Prime. I think they want to use that mold again.
What's the difference between a comic book Rodimus Prime, though, and the normal one?
The colours.
Are they that significantly different?
Yeah.
My only thing is that
because the hands,
you would be able to see his blasters on his wrist, and you can't see the blasters on his forearm.
Yeah, the hands are going to be like more yellow, orange. Where the hands are grey in the toy figure. And
we
stuff
just
like
don't know that.
What does Zauron
RJ does.
to? What's his
RJ knows.
Was it a tank or something like that?
Yeah,
he did have an old mode. He just used it very much, did he?
I think they used it once or something. Yeah.
His robot mode's quite easy, isn't it, to remold into that?
Yeah, but we will see. This is the fun part, isn't it? When you can speculate and guess what it actually is
before it gets leaked. No fun.
And there's the image. So that's all we had. Literally a bit of red sticking out there, and a yellow fist, and that's it.
Oh.
Noise.
That's
Jesus.
marvelous.
Such a tease.
I suppose
Yeah,
the other point was
edging us.
these guys were rivals in the comic books. Grimlock and Shockwave, they fought together. They had an iconic kind of battle with the other Dinobots as well, but they still had a battle. So if you're having Straxus, you'd think you'd have somebody that had something to do with Straxus. So again, it's like a a bad guy and a good guy.
He's not facing him in that.
No,
manner.
he's attacking
with
Grimlock
him,
from
isn't
behind.
he? Yeah. So it could be.
He might have an Autobot trying to stop him.
Yeah.
But we don't know. Who knows? For all we know, it's finally a leader class wheelie. We will find out.
It could be Strafe. It looks like Strafe.
Yeah, maybe. Beyblade. This is the most exciting news.
Yeah.
If you like Beyblade, you can get Beyblade Transformers or Transformers Beyblade. There's like a code and everything. You can scan it.
Ooh,
Go
it's a
look
good
at
week
it.
if you like Hot Wheels and Beyblade
I mean,
Isn't
it
it, though?
reminds me of
and
when they did the
Transformers.
Angry
Venn
Birds
diagram.
stuff. I mean, Jesus Christ, come on.
Anyway, there they are. They're going to be available. You can buy them
Mhm.
using money, exchanging it for goods, as is the style of the time. And I think we're all very excited about this. Can't wait
Oh, I
till
don't
we get
know.
our review.
Looks cack.
What do you even do with them?
And
You launch
spin
them, I
like-
think, and then they kind of bang into each other. I don't know.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yay,
So I was
another
actually
Beyblade.
working at Toys R Us when these came out, and I had to demo them, and I could never get it to work properly. It's just rubbish. Let's be honest.
I was going to say, would you say that's because they're terrible?
Yes, absolutely.
I thought so. Moving on, the Transformers original G1 first 4 episodes have been in the cinema. Some people have already seen it, including some of us here. Some of the people are seeing it at the weekend. Enjoy it if you're going. Remember, it's the cartoon episodes. It is not the movie. Apparently, some people went expecting to see the movie. Like, read the posters. Like, have a look, man.
The 86
Don't
movie.
get it.
I can see that.
Oh.
If you're not mega into Transformers and it was a brilliant memory from you, like, and you saw that poster, you could be forgiven to thinking.
If
It
you're
could
not
be
mega
86
into
movie.
reading
Yeah.
or having any
That's the
brain
animated
cells,
series,
then
though.
yes, absolutely. Come
Richie
on.
Rohans in tonight.
Hey, careful now, because Paul might have just
Taking no
let
prisoners.
slip that he thought it was the movie.
I just don't get it. Like, seriously, we've had so many versions of the movie. It says 1984 on it. Gee, come
Yeah.
on.
But
That's
you'd have to
ridiculous.
know when the fucking
That is true as well.
if you knew nothing about if you'd watched Transformers as a kid,
Then
you
why
saw
would you go and see
Transformers
it?
was coming to the cinema, you're like, oh, the 86
So
movie.
you
I
love
really loved
modern
it.
Transformers.
Maybe, but
Anyway, you can get an album of 2 albums, I think it is, of music from
now
the
there's
original animated series on vinyl.
some controversy about this because apparently it's not available in the UK.
All right, we can't get it. But
We can't
Americans
get it.
can.
Only the
Just
US.
happy for
Yeah.
them.
And
Or
Romania.
you can get it
mean,
imported. Somebody will.
Yes.
import it.
The
Correct.
one thing I find disappointing about the whole cinema affair is when you look at the USA, obviously they've got popcorns and drink soda stuff. It's advertising Transformers. So when I look at other countries, they had different adverts and they also had posters out there, and we just didn't have any it didn't seem to have any fanfare,
Yeah.
which is a pity because my cinema was quite full. You had families there, lots of people, groups of people coming to watch this, and they could have sold some merchandise or.
Yeah, well, I
handed
don't
out
understand
posters or
why we didn't
something.
get that. My cinema, the cinema
Yeah.
I went to, only had Garfield cups, which is just not the same feeling. I'm sorry, but it's just
Who remembers?
same.
Didn't they do that brilliant Optimus Prime in his truck mode at the cinema in the States? And I think Moff
Yeah.
imported one. That looked absolutely. There was a tin one. Why couldn't they have done that? That would have been awesome.
God damn it. Anyway, we'll move on. Then we got onto the Space Bridge reveals where they tell us things that will be coming up. So we're getting a Legacy United Core Class Energon Galvatron. Bloody hell, these names are long nowadays. We're getting another one of the Rocklord type things, whatever they call it in Infernac universe.
That's a
I
repeat,
can't
isn't
remember
it?
what name they said. It's the bike one again from
Ship
again,
bike.
called- Turd bike.
Shit piece.
Right. Shit piece. Quake. We're getting a Quack. A new,
Nice.
I almost said Quack again. New Quake figure. It appears from the artwork that it's going to have Target Masters, but we'll have to wait and see. So Quake, and we're quite a lot of us excited about that.
And he did say the artwork was going to match the toy this time. They're taking the artwork from the boxes.
Yeah, they said the artwork is the artwork from the toy boxes. So Slipstream. This one caused a bit of debate because it appears to be based off the Windblade mold that we've just had, and some people were saying that she shouldn't look like Windblade. But anyway, it's coming. Oh lordy, it's coming.
I like it.
Shouldn't have.
And this was a weird one. We're getting a deluxe size 1984 style original G1 Prime style Prime. So
Andy, can I interrupt you
it's
there?
linked to people.
Could I just play a clip? I'm just going to play a clip a second, okay? This is me explaining to Milan why I need to buy this.
なんだ構えもなけど
There.
Yeah.
The end of Jamie.
True story. Anyway, yeah, so we're getting that, and yeah, people are like, "Well, is it just going to be like the missing link, but not quite as good, or what exactly?" We don't know until we
Do you
get
think
to
it'll
it.
be
we don't know.
Earthrise Prime? Do you think it'll be a remold of that?
Well, no, because they're saying it is based off the original toy. So
Yeah.
the other Earthrise is obviously, like, engineering-wise, kind of far beyond. We don't know though until we see it. We just don't know.
Do you think they've seen like Takara's success with the missing link and thought we want some of that action?
Yeah,
No,
why
no,
not?
they're flogging it. They're flogging
They are
it. to
flogging it.
death. How
The
many
timing is just
primes do you need in 12 months? It's
Yeah.
fucking
On
lot.
180. Moving on. We are getting Metal Hawk again, but this time with apparently different paintwork that will be more toy-accurate paintwork, which basically means they're going to sell us the same thing again, but with a bit more paint on
Why?
it. Because
I was openly disappointed by this. I actually swore out on a live stream. Because it annoyed me because the whole thing about I mean, it was a good retail, but obviously, they took away the wheels coming down for a start, and there was other smart things they took away, like they had gaps now, and I think in his arms, didn't they? But the other Psychodies didn't because they had the panel, and it just annoyed me that they're bringing it out. If they fix that stuff and make it more like the Psychodies mold again and better paint apps, maybe, but it did piss me off. And
but it comes back to that thing of them re-releasing a figure that they released like a year earlier and just changing it to paint and
just don't get
justify
it.
getting it again.
Like it sold so well the first time. Look, I'm really glad they made it, right? And that fans actually got to get it. But why? They saw how badly it sold. It was a game for like 13 quid or something, hung around and stunk the shelves out.
But I think one thing we have to understand is in the UK we've been really lucky to get these figures, where I think in the US they've been struggling to get certain figures. I don't know if this is one of them.
Yeah.
So they probably thought, yes, this is good for us, because in the US the Hasbro Pulse seems to get sold out within minutes, and then no one can ever buy stuff in Walgreens or the other shops. They send out hunting parties.
Literally.
It's true.
Right.
Certain figures, yeah.
We'll move on. Animated Motormaster is coming based off that animated Optimus Prime mold from Legacy. So, yeah. Look at that. That's a head, though, isn't it? Look at that.
That's a head.
I mean, you
That
could
is a
almost
head.
call him Blockhead, and he'd be a GoBot.
New character.
Don't you come here with that GoBot shit.
We're getting a Legacy leader. No, Studio Series, isn't it? Leader Soundwave with cassettes, but they didn't specify which cassettes, so we can all speculate on which cassettes we're going to get with it this time.
That'd be
It better be
Buzzsaw, wouldn't
fecking
it?
all of them.
Did they
That'd
say
be
3?
Buzzsaw.
I thought they said 3, but I
Yeah.
can't remember specifically. I'd have to go back and watch it again,
Yeah,
which you
yeah.
all
They'll
should
put
do
it-
after the show.
They'll put Buzzsaw in there, so we have to buy it. That's what the bastards will
It's
do.
true. Yeah, they will.
And we're getting the expected repaint, which you already knew about, of the Legacy leader Armada Megatron, who will be Galvatron this time in his Galvatron colours. So there you go.
Yeah.
And there they all are, so you can kind of choose for yourself which ones you
In
want
their
to get.
blurry goodness.
Beautiful, blurry goodness. Hot
Wait, I'm
Wheels.
genuinely
Optimus
excited
Prime.
for.
This looks lovely.
It
Wait,
looks
can you
nice.
drive it? No, you can't.
You can look at it and appreciate it. The wheels
I'm
are
not sure
a
how
bit
to answer that
odd.
question. It's almost like it's a Hot Wheels car. There's
Prerequisite of
probably-
enjoying any toy.
there it is. Bumblebee. Then we had this news. This is just a rumor at the moment, but supposedly a rumor that's come from somebody working on what they're saying is the replacement animation cartoon for Earthspark. So they're saying Earthspark will end after season 2, and we will have a different cartoon. But we don't.
I
really
don't
seem to
understand
have
this.
any details
Why
on
did
this.
he need? Why did he need to do a replacement? Why can't they have just another cartoon existing on its own? Why did he need to binge something which is moderately successful and doing well? Why can't he just do 2 shows?
Budget.
I mean, I don't know.
No,
I'm not
no.
working.
They're bringing out a film.
I think
If
it's just
I had to guess,
terminology.
money.
I wouldn't think of it that way. I think people are making a big deal out of it being cancelled or replaced when actually it is exactly what you've just described, Jamie. Earthspark's coming to an end. They're doing something in between this and the next whatever the film. So yeah, that's all it is.
Anyway, so that's just a rumor at the moment. We don't know for definite, but we shall see. And then Skybound's Transformers comic series has been put forward for some awards. So there you can see best continuing series, best writer and artist, and best lettering. So well done. That Skybound comic book. Lots of people raving about how good that is, including some of the members of our own team.
I'm really pleased with Skybound. I know Al, Fire, Pete have been reading these things quite a lot. I've been saving up the comics, so I've not read any of them yet, apart from the prologue. Due to comic book day, but I think it's been brilliant, especially since a lot of people were worried about IDW, and then you had people trying to gatekeep and insist this is how they should do it and stuff when it only just launched. So I think it's good it's allowed to breathe now, and a lot of these naysayers are now quiet because they just never got the traction they probably desired.
Triple Takeover we were talking about the other day, and some of the storyline, and it said like spoilers, but I thought I'm never going to read it, and they started talking about, oh god, it sounds so good. So stop listening.
Really
I'm going to go and try and go and read it now.
Yeah,
Right, we'll move on.
It really is good.
Sorry, 2 seconds. I just need to go to the toilet.
Put it on
See you, Alexis.
pause.
See you later.
We'll just pause the live show.
We don't want to hear you.
Another
Pause it.
shout out for a good
Michael,
comic which has just been released. It's Thundercats. So if you like Thundercats, read the latest Thundercats comic. It's brilliant. The only thing that made a mistake, in my personal opinion, is Tiger. They made Tiger look like some fat British officer. I don't know. It's just wrong.
Brilliant.
Like Ricky Gervais.
No, not
Anyway,
Ricky Gervais isn't fat. Fuck you. He's best.
Anyway, moving on. This is the repaint / slight remold of Thundertron that's been revealed. That is going to come as part of that whole Star Raider capsule thing, and it comes with a deluxe figure, which is Night Strike, and it comes with Calcitron. Oh no, Night Strike is the tape, sorry, and Calcitron is the deluxe figure. So these are better photos of it. We had some photos leaked, but they were kind of like taken quickly on a camera phone. And these are the better photos that show off some of the differences, in particular with the head sculpt and some of the paintwork, and the fact you get 2 other figures with it. Again, some people have said, why are we getting a figure we just had? Why do we release it? But yeah.
Has he got an eye patch now?
Yeah.
He has.
Yeah.
He comes with an eye patch. The head
And a
sculpt's
peg
completely
leg.
been redone. Well, he already had the peg leg. He had the peg leg from the previous one, yeah. But still, it's good. He gets a hook hand now that's not much of a hook. I saw somebody complaining that it wasn't much of a hook because it wasn't sharp enough. It's still going to be a toy for kids. You can't give him a fucking hook. Mental. Anyway,
Some of the adults
moving on.
with that thing.
Look at it. It looks like a partly eaten polo. I mean,
I'm going to
I
buy
don't mind
this.
that. I like polos. Also,
I know, enjoy it.
Spearmint
This figure was brilliant.
I'm
This
going to make
figure
sure
was
I
good.
take lots of photos of how much I'm enjoying it and then post them wherever I know those people are.
God, the head sculpt is really different. I don't remember
Yes.
Blades.
Massively different, yeah.
He looks
And
a bit
they
like
put
Sentinel
loads of
Prime
detail
from,
into it. I don't know. I still don't get though. I kind of get the idea of why they kind of redone it so quickly, but I don't care. I'm still going to get this. And there's the artwork that just shows the eye patch again. And then we literally just tonight had these photos shared from ooze_transformers on Instagram. And this is Calcitron. This is the rock dude who looks more like he's made of ice. But anyway.
Look at his face sculpt. That is brilliant. I love that. You know, I mean, the smirk on that face is brilliant.
I do like it.
It looks so bad.
Hasbro thinking this is going to be about as popular as Cot Death.
Yeah. It's a weird comparison, but sure.
Say cot or cock.
Oh,
Take your
my
pick.
God. Anyway, you take the legs off, and I mean, this has got to sell it to everyone, right? You can turn it into a plow. A plow, Simpson style, baby. Yeah.
I mean, what?
Oh, and then this, which is mostly for Pete. Peter, sorry. So the Transformers
Peter?
Beast Machines original soundtrack is available for streaming on all of the places you can see on the screen right now. Spotify,
Do you
Apple
know what I'm
Music, Amazon
thinking?
Music, and YouTube.
Oh, in this
Silent
house.
disco, TF Nation, guys. Silent disco. We all get our headphones on and
Yeah.
walk.
Let's do it.
Do you know what I'm thinking? No. Anyway, there you go. So that was all of the mainline news.
You used to be fun, Andy. You used to be fun.
No, not really.
Soundtrack
so we will get onto the knockoff news now.
It's not called knockoff news. I beg your pardon.
The real
I think it should be.
knockoff news.
It's got a ring to
Thieving
it.
bastards.
They're not Hasbro, so they're knockoffs. So.
It's not the thieving bastard news. It's
the
the
improved news.
third party news.
Stolen IP news.
You are all standing very close to the window. It's the third party news, and it's got the best fucking
Made
intro
in
ever.
countries.
What?
Made in countries with no human rights.
Just like Transformers.
In the factory next to the Transformers.
That is a leap of logic.
Battle this.
It's heavy metal cruncher time as Optimus Prime goes toe-to-toe with Combat Megatron. Prime is one tough dude underneath his hood. He's a transformer missile fire phenomenon. Combat Megatron is combat armed. His mighty mega missiles are slamming. He can metamorph use mega force, but Combat Optimus is still standing.
Indeed.
Ooh.
So this is Doctor. Well, it's coming from us from Doctor Who's Weibo, but apparently this is their MS-35 Alley, which was apparently designed by Mechanic Toys, but
Mechanic
produced by
Studio. Yes. So
they've
Mechanic
stolen
Studio.
somebody else's design.
No.
It's like
no.
It's like Alexis is in the room. She's even doing the same hand gesture that Alexis likes to do.
Oh my
she
God.
is actually. Right, so Mechanic Studio have been
Let's
going for
pose
a
like
very
that.
long time. They previously were manufactured by MechFans Toys, so you could get figures like the Triple Changers, which everybody loves. They were all created by Mechanic Studios, and now he's being produced by Doctor Wu instead because MFT have gone a bit shit, let's be honest. So, yeah, it looks a good figure.
How many companies was that?
Yeah.
Third party, welcome to the...
Oh dear. Anyway, there it is.
That's how Alexis runs as well.
I like it.
And
Look at
that's how
that.
Cars. No way.
Yeah. It does work.
Head sticking out the top.
It looks awesome.
Yeah. Does it?
Looks really
Anyway, it's okay. And it comes with a fuck off sword because why
It's
not?
the best Transformer I have ever seen.
100%. Hundy.
I look forward to you buying it and your in-depth review.
I'm collecting Action Masters.
To be fair, I concentrate on one thing at a time.
Okay,
Anyway,
thank
Big
you.
Pink Sword, inspired by the one included with Beast Hunters, something, I don't know. Right, moving on. Another one of those Kang toys, this time the Rhino one. I think it's called something like Big Rhino, isn't it? Imaginative. So there it is. Kang toys, we've seen these. These are the purple and green version. Colour scheme's fantastic. It is the same toys we've had before, though, just in a different colour scheme.
I don't.
This is like Ian's jam more than
Alexis
anything.
disappeared.
Fuck off! You're not on the show.
Alexis.
Oh shit, we've gone on to something else. Sorry, I was not paying full attention there. So this is Fans Hobby and their Star Saber thing that they are releasing, and there's the Nemesis version of the Armada Prime holding it aloft to the sky. So that's it. I think we've just had that as a teaser at the moment, and I think we saw some of the parts and sprues. And then we have their version of Jetfire, which is now all boxed up, so you can see what it looks like in its box. With its artwork, very Armada-y.
Good.
Yeah, very
Armada-y.
very knockoffy.
Oh, it looks so knockoffy. Beautifully knockoffy. And then the three kind of, I suppose, big Armada bots that they've done. Not big necessarily in size, but the three of them. So you got the Overlord, the Optimus Prime, and the Jetfire there. You can collect them all, which is the way, because we're collectors. It's what we do. Then this from Bingo Toys, which is their Jazz. Now, I can't remember if we showed this last week, but when I looked in last week's news, I couldn't find any photos of it. So I'm showing it now. There you go. It's their Jazz, Jezzy.
I mean, that's pretty cool. Looks very stylized, but absolutely lovely.
Looks a
IDW.
bit like a Karamak. I presume they put some
If you like
paint on it,
Karamaks, yeah.
to be fair.
Yeah, this isn't their like pre-mold. This is actually what the color is.
Oh my god! Imagine if it was made out of Karamak.
I mean,
edible.
How could you resist?
Karamak or Toffee Crisp, I don't know. Take your pick.
What? Trio.
Toffee crisp for something else. Anyway, there you go. Comes with some speakers. I like the car mode. I think the car mode looks kind of cool. Kind of looks
Pretty epic, isn't
like a
it?
Lancia kind of wheel.
Both.
jockey, but-
I'd probably say it's the best Transform I've ever seen.
I
Since that one we
look
saw
forward to
earlier.
you buying it and reviewing it on the show.
We're going to go.
Anyway, there we go. It's not bad. It's not bad. Yeah, that's it really. Not much more to say. And there's the bits and pieces it comes with, or will come with. This is just the prototype. And then Dr. Wu has shared some pictures of the is that hubcap, wheel hub, and Shockwave. Just little mini versions. It's not just artwork at the moment, I suppose, but you know, there they are. And it's Cliff Jumper and also Shockwave. Are they going to come in 2-packs then? Is that the point?
They always come. Yeah, mostly they come in 2-packs these days.
So
come in
is there a
twos.
difference between the colours on the Shockwave?
Yeah.
There you go. There you go. So if you
Nice.
like Doctor Wu, this will be good for you.
It's so diddy. They're so little.
You should do
And
them.
literally, because I can almost hear Alexis moaning, "Is that it?" Like he does every week, because he never fucking finds any third-party news for us. That is it. And I again spent time searching third-party news site, and literally that was it. We're so on top of the fucking news. We're ahead of the news at times.
Actually, Andy
Rule.
does a fantastic
Smash that.
job with the news, and I
Oh,
think he
every
should
week.
improve it.
No, keep going.
And
keep
he should improve his game actually, because then we can get even more subscribers off his hard work.
You're right. I'm not doing enough. I apologise. I can only apologise.
No, I said you're
No.
doing a fantastic job, but you can up your game.
You can always get better. Unless you can't, then you've hit your limit.
Give
I
me
love this
blood.
motivational on-the-spot coaching that Jamie does. Right, let's do some pickups then.
We now return to the Transformers.
Jamie, do you want to go first, sir? Because I can see
Yeah,
you.
yeah.
Do you want me to share your picture? Oh.
Yes. So basically, I've just kind of finished the photos of you know, the sort of Megatron Shockwave Soundwave Takara set. I keep forgetting the damn name of it. I keep
The
wanting to call it
Nemesis Bridge set.
Yeah, Nemesis
that's the one.
Bridge, and I keep wanting to call it the Space Bridge. And the Nemesis craft, is that the Nemesis craft that they built on Earth?
It's from More Than Meets the Eye, the first episode that they built.
So
on
that
Cybertron.
means technically Nemesis is the first Earth-born Transformer.
No, sorry. So it's the
No,
shuttle
the one they
took from
arrived in
Cybertron.
originally. That was attached
Oh, so-
when they attacked the Ark. It's that one that we
Correct,
kind
yeah.
of. Yeah.
And that
That
just
we
got
got
lost.
recently.
Oh, in the comic books.
It crashed onto Earth, and in season 1 of, or season 2, sorry, of the Sunbow cartoon, they found it again, and that's where they find the dark heart of Cybertron. And there's one episode which, anyway, yeah.
Oh, no, that'd be cool. I need to just look into that again. So there's Megatron, and I've got to say he's not my favourite figure of this pack. You know, his right leg is got stripped screws, and it seems to be quite, you know, common issue with other figures. You know, so it's just not mine. I think Prime versus Prime had a problem with his. Other people have heard of the same issues, so the leg can be quite loose, and you can't fucking tighten it up because it's stripped. You know, but Indie Man Toys did give me a replacement leg, so that's worked like a dream. It's like a new figure, so that's good. I actually managed to do that myself without asking Gav to do it, but I was
Nice.
pleased, you know, and I didn't lose a figure or bleed. There's all three of them together, which I think we've seen that before, you know. And the idea was the portal was showing you the golden age of Cybertron. It's those three, the original sort of Decepticons coming through and coming to Earth. And there's Megatron there, and literally, as I said, I didn't like Megatron. It was really hard to do a shot of. He's quite reflective and that, but I started to like him near the end. I don't know why. He started to get upgraded from Bish to he's not too bad, especially when I got the replacement leg. But I ended up taking most shots of him, although I do like the other figures far better. But he's got a sort of bulk and a presence to him, and I didn't have the Earth-sized Megatron, so to me, it was like the new mold, especially the face and the way the tank transforms. So for once I actually bought something which actually kind of sort of made sense. Shockwave is just as fantastic as ever. Brilliant. Great figure. He's almost worth it, nearly almost worth it on a loan. Soundwave is great, especially since my next Netflix Soundwave is starting in yellow, which a lot of people seem to be having issues with. So this guy's came in as a good replacement. He's at the light thing, you know, his eyes do glow up quite well, but not as good as the Netflix version, but still quite strong, still quite good, as you can see the photo. So that's like the light just coming in from the head there to shine that up. And there he is there with Laserbeak. And
Nicely
yeah,
done.
he's just a good figure, and he's Soundwave, and Soundwave, literally every version of Soundwave you have, he always looks awesome. You know, so is that pack worth the money? No. Would it be worth in a sale? Yes. It just didn't seem to have the Takara's quality control you expect, because this Soundwave, I had marks in his face and I had to get a replacement head. Thanks again to In Demand Toys, who were brilliant. And Gav done that for me. He swapped the heads because I was just scared of really messing it up. I took my first picture using my camera, my digital camera, of one of my Mastermind creation figures. I've never done that before, because I think he was one of the first figures I ever took a real photo of, and that was with my just normal mobile phone camera. So it was one
really
of my first.
Really crisp.
Yeah, and it's cool, and I was always worried about doing that. I have like some sort of mental block of taking pictures of, because you see so many good third-party figure photos, especially from like Liam Toy Box, Owlfire, Plastic Crack, you know, and Cliff Jumper, and you know, Toy Box Soapbox, especially Toy Box Soapbox, and I just felt there's not many places to hide. But people are very forgiving with Chug figures because they know you can't do much with them sometimes. With these guys have got so much articulation, so much movement, and the colours are good, the plastics are good, you know, the plastics are very clean and smooth, etc. So yeah, it was a first for me, and I'm going to take more photos of some of my third party de facto Chug figures now. I've decided, you know, and I feel a bit more confident, especially when I try to balance them, and that I don't think they'll fall to their death like happens to all my Chug figures, or when Maylen picks them up and decides to chuck them against the wall.
Oops.
You know, but
Stop
she does
standing near
because
the wall, then.
I've asked her to pass it to me, and most people would pass it to you. She decides to hollow it with such aggression.
Can't imagine why.
I don't know.
Agreed.
That's me finished with the photos there, Paul. So although I didn't really pick up anything this week, I'm saving everything for tomorrow.
You weren't
when I
even
go
pickups.
Well,
What are you pickups?
this is Pete's fault.
Alexis.
Because we're going to Sandown tomorrow. We're going to Sandown tomorrow for the toy fair. And we'll be picking up some toys there. Unfortunately, we did ask them if they could do it today, so we could have it ready for Transformers the show tonight. But they just weren't compliant, and a bit selfish, to be honest, you know.
Terrible.
But, so we have to go tomorrow instead.
So at no point did it occur to you to just go, no, I didn't get anything this week.
Well, when am I meant to
That
show
wouldn't
my
be very
photos,
Jamie
Pete?
of him, would it?
We need a
'Cause I-
separate section. We need a separate section.
Yeah.
What?
Jamie's
Bastard
photo corner.
section.
Whatever you want to call it, but I think Jamie's photo
Frenzy
corner is probably
photos.
more accurate.
All right, cool.
Section.
Well, I'll go next then. So I got a bit invested into Action Masters. I've gone down a bit of a path. I want to unwind that. I don't want to go down the path anymore. I don't like them, to be fair. I don't think they're that good. I think they're a bit overpriced. So they'll get up for sale. But so what did I get? I got Bumblebee, Helicopter Bumblebee.
Nice.
He's actually quite cool. I always wanted him as a kid. I think he was £25 complete from
Bargain.
eBay. He's got some paint, so he can be yours for £20. A very reputable seller sold me a £40 Devastator, which is absolutely complete. He hasn't got any paint peeling. All the joints are stiff on that one.
Yeah, that's
I'll
a good one.
just PM me if you want it. We'll sort it out on PayPal. But that's him. I can't remember seeing him that much as a kid. Now
He's
these
quite a
guys,
rare
there's a
figure.
few of these. Is he?
Yeah.
I saw he does go for a bit. This was the last one I got off eBay. He's a bit floppy. I can't remember. Is it Treadfoot?
It's Tread
Shot.
Tread Shot. Tread Shot.
Tread Shot. Yeah, I can't remember. He wasn't based on anyone, was he? Or was
No.
he just a?
Although
it's quite
the
cheap.
little
character.
pet figure is based on Ravage, really, but yeah.
No, the pet figure is awesome. He's really cool,
Yeah.
and how the gun comes out and stuff, and it flips around.
Yeah.
That is good, but him not so much. But
Yeah.
they're all complete. I don't know. I've done a little video. I didn't own the Transformer. It was my mainframe, and I loved doing the video. It was really good fun. I enjoyed it. Done the video, put it up as a short, and then I thought, I'll do another one, but I'll buy it. I'll take some photos and do a short rather than just take the photos off the internet.
Well, you've got
I'm
a
not
buyer.
going to do that. I'm
You've
not
got a
gonna do
buyer
it.
for B.
I
Well,
really recommend watching that mainframe video, and it's a couple of laugh out moments in there, especially. I don't want to spoil it, so I don't want to say. I've also put the mainframe video up on the Twitter account, and I think Paul and Alexis should shove it on the Instagram account for Transformers the Show, because I think it's really good.
Oh, cheers, dude. It was good fun making it. Really enjoyed it, but yeah, I'm not going to collect any of those Action Masters. So they were up for sale.
Your recycling can't even gone. The packaging that they came in can't have even been taken away yet. It's like literally.
Oh wow, you've got
it comes with a
the
card
and
back.
everything.
Look at
I mean,
that.
mate, that's worth a couple of quid on its own.
Get on it, son. Get on it before somebody else jumps in.
Mate.
It's Alexis went into full cunt mode tonight. I felt sorry for you being ill.
He's been like it all week, to be fair.
He has. He really has.
Action Master B isn't great, Nick, Ed, but this isn't about me. This isn't Paul Sell stuff. This is pickups and.
To be honest with you, Paul, that would be really easy to fix. All you need is a little Sharpie, Ed. Get a little Sharpie on there. Job done, mate.
Or let somebody else do that after you sold it to them.
Yeah, mint on card.
It's another option. I'm just saying.
Mint on.
I thought I did get something else. I can't remember what it was, but picked up some more bits. So that was from TFUKcon Devastator. Andy Gold gave me some comics, Transformers comics, which I've got in my bag. I thought it'd be rude to read them at work, but I will read them at some point. Who else? Lee, who is Spider Father. Is it Spider Father? Yeah. Brilliant. How cool was Lee? Meeting him in the flesh. Yeah. Really cool dude. And he got me a little Transformer as well. So thank you. There was some really nice pickups. Right.
Oh, you made a sale, mate. It's gone.
Has it gone? Cool. So you do it for £35.
Mates rates.
Yeah.
None of those Welsh pounds either.
£20 for you, Ed. 15. Let's call it 15. I really don't like it. Right. Who would like to go next?
He said he loved it.
Oh no, I hate it now. Rohan.
Hello.
What did you get?
Oh well, this week.
First of all, how did your sales go on? Because you were one of the guests of honor. You had your almost a corner, and you were selling your wares at reasonable prices. How did it go?
Absolutely. Shall I save it for the discussion later, or shall I tell you all about it now?
I'm just going to do
a general thumbs up.
I'm just going to do an anonymous email to HMRC. How much did you take?
Hey! Listen up, you. My name is not Rohan.
Barry.
You don't know where I live. You do.
Barry's corner.
I actually made a video of Rohan getting taken away by Her Majesty's Customs.
Let's not see that again. Oh no, TFUKcon was excellent. I managed to pick up a whole load of stuff actually this week. So the first thing that I picked up, which I can't even show you really that well, yeah, there it is the New Age Arc over there. Can you see that? Beautiful piece. And I picked that up from Russ, Toys R Us, who got it for me. I have to thank him for building it for me, even though he made a few little mistakes, which I've managed to fix anyway. And bringing it back home in the car, it just completely collapsed. But anyway, I fixed it. All good. No worries. So, Arc. I also picked up, oh, here we go. One of the sellers who I'd not met before, he was selling off a whole bunch of brand new figures, and I picked up a Studio Series 86 RC. She was the pricely sum of £10, brand new, sealed. I was like, wow, I love that. Yeah,
see the chap in the middle.
Yeah, the chap in the middle. I've never seen him before. I've
seen him at a few. I think his son's come with him a couple of times. He was at Sandown.
Yeah,
he had the stall.
Oh right, cool.
Can't remember his name.
Yeah, I think his son's name is Mohammed, but yeah.
He'll be on the poster.
I have to say thank you to Mr. Lee, who got me a little mini Optimus Prime figure, which is really cool. You might just be able to make it out. There's pewter, so his little metal figure, which is really nice. And he gave that to me for free. Thank you so much, sir. That was really cool of you. I did a few swaps with Hugh on a TFUK, and I got me a G1 Joyride.
Ooh.
100% complete.
Nice.
He's cool. Yeah. And I also got from the same gentleman. I've never had one of these. I've always wanted one of these. Cherry Coke can. Not quite a Transformer. Yeah.
What did you swap, Rohan?
So I swapped G1 Retgar, which was
6 magic
complete,
beans.
and I think I swapped the G1 Chrome Dome for the Coke
Masters.
can, and G1 Gunrunner, the Pretender shell thing, vehicle thing. I also got from the same chap 2 Duocons, which I've never had before. So G1 Battle Trap, that's the wrong combination, whatever, and Skytread, so whatever. Yeah, they got those flywheels. That's the one. And then G1 Brawn, because I'm getting doubles of all my mini bots for some reason. Don't ask me why. And oh yes, 2 more things I got, which we had a long discussion about last week. Missing Link Convoy.
Oh, with the trailer.
That's the one with the trailer. I also have ordered the animated version as well, so I'm going to have both. And I don't actually really care that much for the cab on the.
Somebody's doing all right for himself, isn't they, Rohan?
And then
you declared all this.
No, this is purchases, mate. Purchases. This is the little transparent or hologram version of Prime that comes with the New Age arc, which is, I mean, it's pretty cool, isn't it?
Is it around box as well?
Yeah, it came box. Yeah, absolutely. Cool. Yeah. I'm going to sell that because I don't really have any use for it, but I'm
sure that will sell quite quickly. There'll be people out there who won't want the
set. Yeah.
Question.
Exactly.
Why is it transparent?
It's supposed to be. If you remember, a lot of you've gone to see the new cinema version of More Than Meets the Eye. When the arc crashes and all the Autobots and Decepticons are down there, and then Sky Spy goes up and then it scans them all. It's supposed to be scanning Optimus Prime when he's being scanned.
I don't remember it in blue in the cartoon.
It was like a funny kind of blue
shimmer.
That's right. Yeah. That's what it's supposed to be. Yeah.
What's an excuse?
Yeah, I know it's a bit. I mean, I got to be honest with you. I think he probably would have done better as what's the episode Return of Optimus Prime when he comes back. With all white, it would have been a better choice. But yeah. Anyway,
it's not super rare, but the set you can only get with the set, can't you? And the set's quite expensive.
That's it, and it
probably will be hard to find.
You can get it for now £106 if you order it from Shozy. They got it on discount. And then I got this, whatever it is, from Transformers the Show. So thank you very much, chaps. This was one of the prizes from coming second in the quiz. And there we go. That's the end of my pickups. Thank you.
Lovely jubbly. Andy, did you get anything this week, mate?
Yes. I only got a couple of things.
I got one more thing. I forgot about it. Never mind.
Right,
go on, Rohan. Show yours quickly. Yeah, go back.
Final thing.
Right, my thing is I'm going to have to share, present, and share screen, and share. And hopefully you're going to see what I'm going to show you, which is this wonderful poster, which I got from the very talented Lee Bennett, I believe his name is.
I can't see it. I've just been to share the screen.
I can't see the poster.
Oh,
no, you shared mine.
Yeah.
Have I?
Have you shared the
Hi,
picture?
Stephen Chelford. It was lovely meeting you last week.
Hold on. Here we go. Hang on. Sharing now. There we go. Can you see that?
That's it.
Absolutely fantastic piece of artwork. He was selling this at TFUKcon for the absolutely amazing sum of just £40. And he also did it for free postage for a couple of days afterwards. I don't know if there are any left, so you have to go check. But brilliant artwork. Look at that. It's absolutely phenomenal.
Oh,
the detail on there. So yeah, that's it. Thank you.
That was lovely. Lovely. Andy, talking about lovely things. Over to Andy.
Oh, sorry, just enjoying the discussion about paint colours in the chat. Wanky off-white. Anyway, I just picked 2 things, both from Game. I got the Twin Twist, the Legacy Reckon Rule Twin Twist, because I've never had that mold before. I wanted to see what it was like, and the answer is floppy-legged. But apart from that, it's quite cool. I like the alt mode, and then I also got Cloud Cover, because it was cheap, and I thought, do you know what? I'm going to pick that up because I love the Seeker molds, and I think it's Ramjet they've repainted for this one, and it's nice. It's nice.
How many of those stickers do you have?
I haven't got that many. I think I've only got about 4 or 5.
Kind of
Repaint.
I love it when it's a repaint, but a sequel.
Do you know what though? If it is an actual character, the thing with the cloud cover one was the list literally never existed as a toy, did it? Because it was just a piece of art that they came up with, and then they never actually did in G2. So to have it as a toy, who knows when we'll ever get this again? Probably in a year, in a leader class box with some bits we didn't ask for. But you never know. So I thought, 18 quid from game seemed a bargain. So that's all I've got.
Steal.
Talking about
No, I didn't steal. If the police are watching.
Mixed bag this week, gentlemen. First was pick up from Arrowfire for a very, very, in fact, I couldn't even call it a reasonable price. It was a steal. Bond James, not James Bond, Bond James. Very cool. Wanted him for ages. Ian was getting rid of his, so I took the opportunity to pick it up. Do I wish it was a little bit bigger? Yes, and Bond James. If I'm honest, head sculpts are pretty cool, and I need to have a play about and transform him. But that was the only thing.
I thought was interesting is when you put the photo up. Some people thought that was a Chug figure.
Yeah. Which, I don't know, if you hadn't seen the Chug figure, you probably get the two confused, but I suppose it was quite a close-up.
Yeah. I think it's just showing you how far Chug figures are moved, because a bit
Yeah,
you
big time.
wouldn't have thought that. Yeah.
No, big time. From Spider-Father, I picked up a Lockdown as well. He was walking around, genuinely absolute legend. Such a nice guy.
Cool.
Such a nice guy. And then it went kind of downhill from there, really. So Gav, watcher of the show, gave me another Cheetor. Because I don't know why, but Petor. He gave me a Petor, which was very nice of him. It still baffles me that people spend their hard-earned money on buying me stuff I genuinely detest.
Well, you haven't got long to live now, Peter. So enjoy it.
So brutal.
Yeah, agreed. That's true. This was actually inspired genius by Lily. He did a personalised version of Petor. Complete with tape measure.
Look at that.
And
That is
glasses.
amazing.
The man has no limits. He's even drawn the glasses on.
Amazing.
So, I mean, I am very, I'm very grateful, if not very extremely bemused.
Lee, you absolute legend.
And I then got presented with a birthday present from a dear friend of mine, who isn't so dear anymore, which you've never seen anything
that was
like
gifted to you with love, knowing how much you would appreciate it, Pete.
I mean, look at it. You've never seen any.
I mean, to be quite honest, Peter, you should be quite happy, because I think you've received more gifts than anyone else in Transformers' show. So
yeah, great.
However, history.
I don't think it's out of sentiment and love, though. I think it's just out of they want to see my reaction.
That's because your name rhymes with Peter. Next week, I'm going to change my name to Masterpiece Braden. Ready for the next one. I'll have a Masterpiece Braden figure.
I think they want to see. I've seen my head.
Do you want the Masterpiece one? Isn't that the one that's...
But genuinely, thank you.
Master Paul.
No.
I really wouldn't say anything, because you haven't got a Supreme Cheetor just yet. So
Supreme Peter.
Yeah, take it on, Peter. You're a likeable dude, even if you're going to die soon.
Exactly. You are the Supreme Peter.
Everyone else, we need to cut him. We need to cut him.
So
not literally. Don't take a blade or anything. Jesus, don't wet him up. Anyway, go on.
I don't want to appear as ungrateful. I am.
That's what the kids say.
Slashing,
you know me and my street speak, Paul.
So thank
Oh,
you
my
to the guys that gifted me stuff. You really didn't have to. Please, that's it. I don't want a Beast Wars collection. I found myself with a Beast Wars collection, and I don't want one.
And the
It's
next
funny
is
that,
Beast Machines.
I tell you what,
I
TFN.
really don't want to finish the 87 cast. I really, honestly, if you want to upset me,
Really don't
upset
want
me.
a G1 Fortress Maximus.
Lie.
Don't want one.
And that's me done, mate.
All right, cool.
Nice job.
It's funny that you think it's the end. It's just the start piece. Or cool. Move on to foreplay then. So foreplay tonight is our favorite Combaticon. We've still got a discussion about the 1991 toy line, and we've got all the good stuff from TFUKcon, including a special little video, which I'm sure many of the people who are watching the show will be in that video or contributed to it. Let's do foreplay though. Let's get sexy.
Lynn, these are sex people.
What do you mean?
They're sex swappers. Lynn, this is DEFCON 1. Look. Look. Don't make the same noise as them. Don't think you want to join in.
Luke's come in just at the sexy bit. Hi, Luke. Welcome to the show and well done on last week's amazing convention. We'll get into that. I can't wait. Right. So, top 5 Combaticons. I understand that there's only 5 Combaticons. It's your top 5 Combaticons. So it could be that you randomly choose that it's Brawl and nothing but Brawl. Or it could be that you choose Warbatron Vortex or something. So you could choose the character, or you could choose the actual specific toy release. Does that make sense?
Yeah, no.
It does, doesn't it?
Only because Alexis isn't here. It makes sense.
Everything's making sense tonight. It's almost going too smooth. It's almost
Sorry,
like
Alexis.
something's different to a normal night.
I want to drink wine.
We're going to finish early, aren't we, tonight? But she's okay with my book.
I think,
I'm not going to say it.
It's efficiency.
right, who would like to go first and kick us off with
I'll go first.
Right, mate,
my
go
one is the Chug one, the Combiners War Swindle, and that's it. You know, he transformed into a Jeep. He's good. He's yellow. He's got a cool face. You know, which I aspire to. Yeah. You know, and as a kid, I always wanted to be someone who swindled people. And you know what? I swindled Maylin out of her heart.
Here we go.
This is me trying to suck up to her because I'm going to be spending a lot of money tomorrow, potentially.
Get it in there first, mate.
Yeah. I love you.
Peter, do you want to go next, sir?
I was going to pick Swindle as my favourite because whenever I see Swindle, he always reminds me of someone. And I can't think who. I think, you know, he reminds me of a wheeler dealer, someone that's out, you know, for the best deal possible, always thinking about the next opportunity.
It can't be Rohan because this fucker's been conned by multiple internet sites and lost his money, and PayPal disputes. I don't imagine Swindle falling for that.
I don't think HMRC is as interested in Swindle.
No, probably not.
I'm joking, Rohan.
Yeah, so genuinely, I would have picked Swindle. I think IDW did a really good job at flushing out the character, you know, through the, you know, the Combinable storyline, and you know the I think him trying to. Well, he managed to get hold of the Enigma of Combination and stuff like that, and it was really nice that normally they flush out the, you know, the character, you know, the leader of the, you know, Combiners, but the fact that they made, you know, the spotlight was on Swindle, I thought I really enjoyed that. And he reminds me of Rohan, in case you didn't get the link.
The reference.
So yeah, Swindle as well.
Nice.
Cool. All right, I'm going to go for the whole Combaticon to start me off. And this guy, like, there's always Transformers I have which don't really sit with my collection. I normally sell them off quite quickly if they don't like fit in. Like I have my my movie shelf, and I have my 86 bots, my 84 bot shelf as well, and stuff like that. And these guys I bought back in the day. It was one of my first. No, it was one of my first third-party ones to buy, but they've just kind of stuck with me, and I still haven't sold them off, and they don't fucking fit in anywhere. Now, the box is actually bigger than Unicron, so I think this was £90 this cost in total. It's really heavy, and it's got no Transformers in it because it's absolutely rammed with accessories. The box is so heavy. I can put my head next to it for scale. It's an absolutely huge box, and it's the Warbotron oversized Bruticus by is it Jim Bao or was it the other one?
Warbotron was by the other one. Yeah, I can't remember what the name of the company was.
Wei
Jiang, yeah, that's it.
Wei Jiang, yeah, that's it. So it's got 5 quite good Transformers in it, but some of them, in fact 2 of them, blast off.
That was more of a fall down than a blast off.
Blast off and Vortex are just really exceptional. The transformation is really easy.
I had flashbacks there when I dropped my Megatron. Oh god, live on there.
They're so easy to transform. They come with loads of accessories. The alt modes are great. If I had to choose one, it probably would be this guy. He's just got one of the best transformations. It doesn't matter that both the modes are brilliant. It's just the transformation. He looks complicated. It's such a basic and simple transformation, which belies the fact that he turns into this amazing space shuttle. And just I was so disappointed when I got Blast Off. Can you remember when they done Combiner Wars and they released Blast Off, another version of him, didn't they?
Yeah,
he was a jet originally, and then you had to wait, and then there was a special version you had to pick up to get the shuttle version.
That's it.
And then there was also a Takara version. They were all different.
The highbrow one, and the robot mode looked amazing for that Blast Off. And when we got it in hand, the alt mode was a pile of pants. So that one's not. That's brilliant. Both modes.
Your set is nice and chunky. They're big, aren't they? Really, really good.
Huge, and the price £90.
Yeah,
for all of that.
Wow,
bargainous.
China, and it's MP sized. Oh, I'm tired now from lifting that box up. Andy, do you want to go next, please?
Go on then. Firstly, I will say Swindle is a great choice. I think Pete and Jamie made a great choice with Swindle. I would have gone with animated Swindle though. I still think it's the most entertaining version of Swindle we've had. Brilliantly done, brilliant voice acting. Loved it, and the toy is good as well. So if anybody was say to have bought the toy and be receiving it soon, I think you'll be very pleased. Anyway, I'm going with G1 Brawl because it's the first Combaticon I remember having, and I just loved him. The first little tank transformer I think I ever got, and I just love Brawl. I just like the idea. He was just this big meathead who loved fighting and loved just storming straight into battle. I just thought it was funny. He just didn't give a shit. I think him and Hardhead would get along if it was like post-war and they could be friends. But anyway, I mean, there's not a lot to say really. The G1 Combaticons were the OGs, the original, and Brawl is just the one that has that kind of bit of nostalgia, a bit of connection with me. Not that the others aren't great. I think the whole of the Combaticons is one of the best combined teams we've ever had. But Brawl, just
Andy,
a great little bot.
When you were watching the Transformer episodes, you talked about G1 and nostalgia there, that's the link. When you're listening to the voice actors in episode 2 and 3, did you start to hear the Rebirth voice actors almost like Pinpointer?
Yeah, well, some of the voices, you hear the similarities because that's the same actors that worked all the way through. So some of the voices were always going to be similar. And you pick up on that a little bit. I think that's
it's like Pell's voice to me was almost like Styler or Pinpointer, and I couldn't remember exactly who it was, and it just
Well, it was really nice to. Sorry, I don't want to go back to the cinema thing completely, but it was really nice to watch. I know some people had some criticisms of the round table bit. Personally, I thought it was just really fun, and you have to take into account there was people kind of saying, "Oh, well, it was only really half the original cast." Well, you know, the other ones have passed away. It's not like you could just bring them back.
Well, they could have dug them up, Andy, and
you're
put
right.
some makeup on.
They've
and
not tried hard enough. They could Frankenstein that shit or something. I don't
Yeah.
know, and get them up there.
There's no commitment these days. They're soft.
I thought you were
soft,
asking
yeah.
a question about the voice acting of Brawl, and I was trying to think to myself, Christ, who did his voice? I don't know. Yeah, I'll just make some shit up.
Barry McBrawl.
Barry McBrawl. What a guy.
Number one.
The Chuckle Brothers.
But yeah, if you haven't enjoyed or had a chance to mess around with the G1 Combaticons, I do suggest it. They're all good, every single one of them. Like even the third-party versions. Is there been a crap third-party version of the Combaticons? Has there ever been a really crap? Yeah, there was actually. So Fall of Cybertron Combaticons? They were shocking.
Yeah.
Oh, they were poor. I was so excited. Brawl was the first one of them I bought. Shite. He would not stand up. He didn't. Oh. Anyway, let's not get into that.
Great choice.
That's for another time. Shit Transformers.
And he's just a fucking tank. Like, you just can't.
Yeah.
It's hard to beat a tank. And he was green. He looked like an army tank. And we had like Lego. Oh, we can't put guns in Legos. You couldn't have that. But then there was the Transformers doing absolute tanks with more guns than you need. Bang on. Great choice. Right. Okay, Swindle, what did you choose for your Rohan?
Hey.
It's not my fault, Megatron. This greed is built into my personality component. My choice was, believe it or not, me, Swindle. And I chose this Swindle, which is Magic Square, because it is absolutely phenomenal in both modes. It looks absolutely brilliant, and you can see it's got the original lights on the midriff there, as well as the flat chest and the
original lights
tire on the back.
Lower
exactly. Yeah.
Where did you buy it from?
I bought it from Shozy because Shozy were the cheapest place to buy it from, and I'm a Swindle, so I had to buy it from there. I love the character. I think it's absolutely genius. And, you know, to your points, all of you, the fact that he got more limelight than the other Decepticons in the Combaticon group was purely down to his personality. And the fact that he got such a good limelight in the animated series as well, voiced by that wonderful actor. I've forgotten his name now, but he did such a great job in the animated series of bringing some sort of charm to the role. It was really, really good. But yeah, so Swindle is my favorite. If I had an honorary mention, it would go to Blast Off, because I feel like he had that regal British accent in the G1 cartoon, which just rolled off the tongue, and you know, nobody could say anything to him because he said, "My ionic blaster will kill them." But you know, it was brilliant. So yeah, just absolutely love him, and that's my pick.
Cool. I like your pick. It was good. Right, let's do the next bit, which is the discussion. Today, we've got two discussions. We're going to start off with a chat about TFUKcon, which was last week, and then we're going to talk about our 99-1 robots that we loved. So, discussion.
We now return to the Transformers.
So, what happened last week, Rohan and Pete?
Well, we saw all you lovely people, with the exception of Jamie and Andy, which I really did miss. But it was a brilliant event. I did, honestly. Yeah, I was like,
it was the only bitter tear to the show, wasn't it? The only bad bit was you two guys went there.
Mate, you're going to be on the stand with me at TFN. We're going to be absolute brothers.
Oh, that's funny, Rohan. Oh, that's funny.
Maitland's going to help there, and I'm going to tell Maitland.
Hang on. You can't
He's already wielded it. I'm just delegating.
No, you're helping him, remember?
And I'm going to say, Maitland, you have to take your glasses off to make yourself look more attractive.
Wow.
Oh.
All that good work you did earlier, you've just undone it. Dig in your grave.
I'm going to cut that bit out. Fuck.
I'm going to tell her tomorrow, don't you worry.
I should message her now and tell her to just tune in and rewind it a bit.
She'll kill me.
Anyway,
For what reason?
If you didn't manage to make it to TFUKcon and you'd like a snippet of what things were like, that is exactly just what we had right there. A whole bunch of excellent banter between a bunch of people who have all become friends in one room together, buying some bots, listening to some excellent TED Talks, going out in the garden and enjoying the sunshine. What a great event it was. And believe it or not, being in a new venue for the first year, it was just set up perfectly. Everything went really smoothly. Moff was absolutely fantastic as our leader for the day. And the toys that we haven't unfortunately received yet, but the convention exclusive figures that they're coming out with, absolutely beautiful. So all in all, brilliant day. Loved it. Thank you to everyone who came to see Rohan at Rohans Corner and spent money. And even if you didn't, even if you just came for a chat, thank you to you all. It was a fantastic day.
Should we have a little look at what it looked like?
That's a great idea.
Here we go. I'm going to put us all on unmuted so we can chat over this. That's the guy. Beer garden was the best bit.
Yeah, brilliant.
That's my hotel. We're here on the morning of the TFUKcon, and I've got Andy and Ian next to me.
It's delightful. How are you all?
Ian's got a box of stuff. Andy's been in charge of it, holding all day for
Oh, it's delightful. I love having control of this box.
He's so funny.
Welcome everybody to TFUKcon.
So sunny as well.
Returning again for the third enjoyment. We also have a newcomer, a virgin to TFUKcon, and that is Lee Sullivan. We do have Lee Bradley over in the back there. So Lee's not actually going to be a guest this year, but we plan to have him back next year. So go and say hi, go and say hi and stuff, and check out his artwork now. Okay. We also have Chris McFreely returning to us once more. Chris. And the one thing that I'm really excited about, we're also going to be having a virtual interview with Bob Buddy Ansky as well a bit later on. We're going to be having an interview with Russ. Many of you know that Toys R Us, that's right. So we'll be doing an interview with Russ a bit later on. And we'll also be doing a YouTube table. Okay, and then to close the night, the evening off, we'll be ending the day with the Transformers, the show guys. So please have a good time. Buy some toys, buy some.
Hello everybody.
Hello.
T-fuckers. Anyway, lovely to meet you all. I'm Lee Sullivan. I was still allegedly a comic strip artist. I started all my first comic strips War Transformers.
Handsome buggers behind us.
It was a UK comic. It was fitting in because we would know this every week. It used up all the material from the US.
Great filming as well. I mean,
gaps, the UK comics. But I could never understand how Simon had the capacity.
It's like an early Steven Spielberg.
That were actually out there. And then create a story which dovetailed into it, but also didn't interfere. But the thing that then became more obvious was that he just could grasp all these characters, and we just said, you're working on hundreds of characters. How on earth do you hold them all in your head?
I think it's just 40 years worth of working on it. But then every now and then, I will find a character I haven't used. In Transformers 84, we used Punch Counter Punch. It was a character I'd never written, I don't think, before. And, I ended up really loving that character and thinking, I could do more with this character. So, that's the great thing about Transformers. There's so many great characters. You'll hear from Bob later on, but, when Bob created that original Bible of characters and profiles and strengths and weaknesses, he made them so sort of self-sufficient and interesting that it made all the writers who followed jobs easy, because he did all the hard work, and all you had to do was cherry pick some characters. My first story, The Enemy Within, I just looked at these character profiles and applied that fish out of water scenario to it. So who's the worst person here to meet this person there in that setting? And, And that story, I've probably recycled that storyline many times of just taking the right character and putting them in the worst possible situation that they've got to deal with, which is, it's almost like the most interesting stories come out of that. And you sort of, as a Bob would just go, look, his weakness is water. Okay, right, he's going to get dumped in the ocean, and have to fight the Seacons. So, it's just that. It's just, I think Bob did a lot of the legwork on Transformers, and, a lot of what it is now is based on that original, holder of profiles. He went away and did over on Thanksgiving weekend. So, I'm quite amazing, yes. He tells the story better than me, so
Look who's behind us.
Bradster.
Jesus.
Chris was there.
Awesome.
Jamie was there.
First of all, just wanted to see one of the genesis of the Transformers franchise.
There was Arrow being
the molds over and over and over again. And this came from the 1990 toy line in Japan called Zone. And funny enough, it's probably one of the only Destrons in there. You can clearly tell it's Metroplex, but they've redecoed him, given the darker Decepticon sort of look. And as Moff said, there's been a couple that have tried to KO it, but they just don't seem to get it right. And yeah, a lot of the Japanese stuff we're now more aware of because of the HasLabs and all that sort of stuff. But they did obviously originate, as I say, usually in between the time period of 88 up to, well, say 87 if you include Artfire and Stepper, right up to 1992, and of course they're getting more and more. They're getting more and more recognition now. And again, when I was lucky enough to get this, it was way before the Interested.
I said do a funny face. Ian did do a funny face. There's the panel. That was awesome. That was a great.
The YouTube
how long was it?
Right?
It was about an hour, wasn't it? About 45 minutes. And Simon, he ran it.
Dropped or something's appeared, and I haven't got a PC. I haven't got a PC. I haven't got an iMac. I've got none of that. So I've got none of it.
There's love. Alexis arrived at this time. Oh, dude, he's doing a video.
Is this your video weekly?
Yeah, Cybertron.
Yeah, that works.
Look at the friendships.
Oh, so much love. So we're about to do Transformers the quiz.
With the reigning champion.
With the reigning champion. Groups are starting to assemble. This is the prize tag.
Apparently I can't win them all, I've been told.
So
one lucky team tonight
prizes
is going to take
given.
all of this.
This was all volunteered.
And I'll throw in some dirty patties as well. Groups are starting to assemble.
And you have another. Oh, hold on. Be fair, the tape measure on that's genius.
This was a special present.
Isn't it great?
Tape measure was just.
Mate, apologise and say how good that is.
Do you know what, mate? It's less shit.
That's from Andy and Claire.
Is it from Andy and Claire?
Yeah.
Nice.
Stanley knife. The worst thing I ever did was get involved with Transformers the show. Feel like this is
going to be a massive dildo.
Why does it say Just Eat on the box? It's everybody.
Is it a cock in the box? Because that'll be Just Eat.
Very kind of you to do it.
Fresh Palace, the more. The muff.
I wanted to say. I mean, Bruce Wayne.
I think Graham's wife agrees with Graham.
This toast I'm over the fucking point, mate. Jermaine, you've got no chance. Luke, Jermaine, there's no chance, mate. Just sit there.
Look at that cube.
Hey, Joe. Go on, go. I'm joking.
That's
Alexis
This one he wrote inside the thermos.
Yeah.
He wants you to get it.
He was pretty good though. He done the whole round. He was about to walk off.
Oh my god.
Vermin!
Listen to T.
So what we're going to do, right? It's 3 sports, right? It's higher and lower. Okay, the last time we did this, right?
This was 3 hours into the quiz.
Yep. And it was all wrong as well.
So, last thing is, right? The team who was in the first place got to be in charge. If they lost, they adjudicated. This last person wins. And then last one wins won the prize.
He said, still replacing the song.
Higher or lower, and if you get it right, you get 1 point.
It's great meeting you,
At
Lee.
the end, what the points mean? There we go. Alright.
Quite fun.
So
Ian, how are you?
Okay, so these are taken from the Transformer Lab. Last time we did it, we used the same website. Well, the better system.
Pete, how's it been today?
No, speechless. We've let him through. Genuinely, and without wings.
There's no barriers.
No.
Get on with it.
It's like, medical songs, no tears.
All right. There's a little bit. There's one thing though. He speaks for himself, and Transformers the show.
Is Prime higher or lower?
Thank you, Lord.
I managed to sort out the menus and all that cancelled and that. That was my shit. But for everything that's happened today, it's all rolled out, it's all been organised, it's all on this one here. So this is who you need to thank for this shirt. So
Listen, thank you every single one of you for coming. You know, what you said there is probably true. But however, it doesn't happen if you all don't come along. It doesn't happen if you don't participate. This doesn't happen if Alexis doesn't go full Alexis. But the whole joy of this convention is people getting involved, people being a part of it. It's a community event for you, from us in the community. So a massive thank you to every one of you. Genuinely, when we've talked at different bits, it's how do we make it good for you? How do we put it as, if we were fans, what would we do? So a massive thank you to everyone that's came today. It has been an absolute pleasure, except from the last 6 hours. I think Simon Furman put it best when he said it never ends. That's just the tagline for Transformers show.
Prizes.
And
Prizes. Help yourselves to the prizes, guys.
Thank you. Thank you, every single one of you. We will see you next year. We will be back. We don't know when, but we will be back. Thank you all.
Legendary. Absolutely legendary.
What else we got?
No. This is the best part.
Lee. Who are you? Sorry, short man.
I could be on He-Man the Show.
Young man. He-Man the Show.
I fucking hate you.
Where you going?
You can hear it.
What's that? Give me your phone. Can everyone assume the plank position, please?
Let's together at 5 o'clock. Chaos ensues.
Pete, come on, you're good at this.
Come on, Pete.
Alright.
My money's on
I
Brad.
think we need some applause and
Brad.
some clapping for the entire event. I'm going to go through.
Alexis was slapped in the head.
Don't miss out what you can't take back.
It's a good timer as well then.
Sam, you're doing a better job than he will. Come on. Give the meat the ball.
I'll take this.
Backlog of Destruction 9 points.
Okay, as the most physically content member of Transformers the Show, I will judge this. It would be unfair if I joined in, so I will not ruin this competition. Right, on contestants, on my first whistle.
Ready?
Set positions. Ready. Go! Press start.
Go. I can't believe Lee won. Wow.
At least he joined in.
World record.
I'm counting all of you. Keep going. Pete, you're going too slow. Quicker.
20 seconds!
He's very quickly asking what any of the...
Peter!
Why are you taking so long?
27!
It's been
29!
Alexis is winning.
Oh,
Brad's winning. Alexis and Brad are winning.
How long was it? 30 seconds?
It's been about 2.5 days. I've been working on it.
Alexis is struggling.
Right, I think Brad's still going. Brad's winning. Alexis is out. Keep going, guys. Ian's out. Keep going. Keep going, Brad wins. He's the most handsome guy, and he wins. Out of the competition between you.
You know it's like 30 seconds. How many people? Well, I want to see it.
There we go. That was
If I was as pretty as Brad, I could have handled doing 7 pints and that. Okay.
But you said it was 9.
You can't participate in a press-up competition after 10 pints.
To be fair, Brad
Yes, you
texted
can.
me in the morning
Yes, you
at
can.
like 8 a.m. and said, "Oh, I don't suppose you filmed that press-up competition." I said, "Oh yeah, I did." Like for a joke, he went, "Could you send it to me so I can show my fiance?" Because I look really hot.
Then you sent it to yourself.
Kept a
How
copy
many
for me.
pints did Brad have? Did he have 10? I bet he did.
I think I was drinking all day.
No.
I love the way
it was-
Alexis is chirping on in the live chat. It wasn't
He was
supposed to be
drinking
about how
Sprite.
long. It was supposed to be the most in 30 seconds.
It was the total face.
You can see the
He
video.
never says that. The rules
Yeah,
aren't
exactly.
explained or anything.
Oh, dear me.
He literally goes, "We're doing press-ups," and then he just hands you the microphone. And
Yeah.
that was that. But it was funny. I think Brad
And
came
it was
first.
hilarious. It was such a good day. Such a good day. So well run. Luke, Gav, Greg, Moth, they did such a fantastic job. I think it had a really intimate feel, but all but like 2 people picked up their tickets.
It's
There
like
was
he's still
over 100
arguing.
people there.
Alexis
He's been a
is
cunt
so
all week.
weak.
And you think we
Yeah.
will give him sympathy?
Alexis, accept that your wife fancies Brad more than you, and just move on with your life like the rest of us.
Alexis, yeah, we've all had to do that.
Seriously.
Everyone's wife.
And
fancies
Alexis
Brad
has
more.
been he's dead.
He's
Hasn't
done
he?
it.
Been ill all
Oh, no, I
week,
just
hasn't
meant
he,
Alexis.
after just saying that.
Just such a good day, and I think it's easy to kind of just throw superlatives at it, but it was really well run, and so many people have had some nice things to say about it. And I think the bigger space really helped, and having the outdoor space was amazing, wasn't it?
Oh,
It was such a-
if anyone went
the weather
to,
was
I
cool.
loved going to the minicon, the TFN minicon, but the only thing which probably it was so tight, wasn't it? The space of the stage and then the traders, whereas this was like probably about 4 times as long. So the trader bit wasn't a big bit, but it had about 6, 7 around, would you say, different stalls.
Yep, one.
So that, and you could walk around them, and then you had quite a large hall, and then either side you literally had bar, garden, and it was perfect. Traders, stage, bar, garden. It was probably the best venue, I think.
And
hope
they
you
put
guys
an
don't
effort
want-
into the bar, didn't they? Because the bar menu had stuff named
Ah,
after
and
Transformers
Jazz, the girl.
franchise.
Grimlock and Burger, yeah, Death
The girl who ran it, so like the manager, who the events manager, she was so friendly. She was there the night before. Like they didn't charge us. They opened the bar up the night before, and we were there drinking. Well, I was there till about 9:30, but I think a few people there till gone a little bit later. And she was so friendly. Like it was like and that's the thing. Like when we went to the Strathallan, how friendly were the bar staff at the Strathallan? They were generally happy to see you, were interested, and it was the same at this time as well.
Apart from one waitress who was a bit of a bitch.
It was reasonably.
Oh
Sorry.
yeah,
It Who was the guy? Sorry, obviously I can't speak about this year's, but last year there was a guy that worked the bar actually within, and he was genuinely getting into everything, and he was
into it, wasn't he? Yeah.
That was the first year. I think he went. He was.
It was the first year. Yeah.
Oh, right. Well, there you go. He was a lovely bloke.
Because the second year was the encounter with the evil one who was telling me that we don't do food. And she was clear buying because they did food like 20 minutes later.
Oh yeah, I think we got food. And like, where did you get that from? I remember that now.
But it's so nice.
I'm not embellishing.
I hope you guys don't mind me saying, but it had a real feel of the original auto assembly back from 2004. That was my first time going, and it was such a, well organized small event where everybody knew each other, and you could just go from stall to stall to then the sitting down area and watch the clips of the videos, or the guests coming up and speaking, and have all that little camaraderie. And yeah, it was brilliant in that sense. Yeah,
and the guests were good when they like that. I got a short excerpt of Simon Family Sullivan, but the stuff they were talking about was really interesting. The different guests they had up, they were interacting, they stayed the whole, like, quite not loads of people, but I'd say probably a quarter of the people had gone by sort of 5-6 o'clock, which we'd expect. So then the show started at 6:30, and 3/4 of the people there, they stayed. There was some new people there we didn't know. There was loads of fans of Transformers the show, but there was still Simon Furman was still there. Still Lee Sullivan was still there. They were still in for it.
Chris McFeely, he was taking
McFeely
part.
Stayed there the whole night.
How cool is Chris McFeely?
Such a legend.
Genuinely, it's so cool.
He's just one of the people. He's just, he wants to be involved. He loves it as much as all of we do, and he's just so knowledgeable and such a friendly person. You can talk to him about anything Transformers or even other, toy line related, and he would just engage with full heart. Such a great guy.
Good challenge by Stuart. Did anyone get a pint of Carling? Everyone got Marjorie. They had Marjorie and Carling, which Marjorie's made by Carling, by the way. And everyone was getting Marjorie and no one was getting Carling. So, Stuart, I didn't see anyone get a Carling.
It would be remiss, though, not to give Fuckface his due. He did an exceptional job with the quiz.
Over a long period of time, yes, he did.
Yeah.
What you mean, his quiz?
It was Transformers the Show Extended Edition. He did a really good job, and he does come into his element, and he was a great quiz host.
My favourite bit, which I haven't put, was when Pete was just getting a bit into the spirit of things, and for no reason at all, started up Sweet Caroline with the whole crowd.
That went down so well.
And they didn't sing along, first of all, until Pete got cross and said, "I'll be here all night if you don't sing along." And then it was Sweet Caroline.
I mean, you could have picked Dare or The Touch.
Anything
Transformer themed, but no.
Yeah, but those songs on UTP, he was going for the old classics.
Of course, yeah.
The ones he remembered from the war.
It's almost like all day drinking perhaps isn't the best.
I mean, basically that war. With Pete, he's got so many options of what wars he can pick from.
Exactly.
Crimea War, I was going for.
I was going to say the Crimea War is my favourite.
Just coming back to Alexis.
One more thing. Guy was saying, one memory I'll take home is Chris McFeely exclaiming during one round, "What is this? What does this mean?" Yeah. He was still talking about it the next day. He was saying, like, the quiz, like, there was no way to get to the answer. I was like, yeah, no, it's just Alexis, isn't it? Like, it's like that.
That was the picture round. It was just.
He was like, I can't wait to do it next year. He said, I'm definitely coming back. And
this is the thing. Every year, Alexis gets better and better at it. It's just like, how does he do it? And like this year, he had.
No, sorry, this is where I have to go. Yeah,
honestly,
it was the best round.
If it was
just been rehearsed, it just needed a little bit of rehearsal and tightening up. He put there was a picture round, and can you remember he done the picture round, like a star and someone screaming is Star Scream, yeah. So that's two pictures, but then he just put all the pictures together. So Chris McFeely's like going like Star, Saber, Star, Scream, like RJ's like they come up with like hundreds of different robots from like all these different pictures, and Alexa was like, no, there's only like 8. And they're like, what? you haven't got my 1998 Kiss Player Star Ranger, and there was a bit of debate on that round, so it just needed a little bit of tightening.
Yeah, he did get quite cross. He did get quite cross. It was it. His word was final.
Oh.
But yeah, a lot of people lost points because they challenged Alexis, including Chris McFeely and others. If you challenged him on any points round, you just lost points.
I lost.
I think I'm going to watch Alfire's version of this tomorrow night when it's edited.
I would say he was an unfair. It was an unfair quizmaster. He was, yeah, strict.
I mean, there was. Let's be honest with you. There wasn't much that was actually by the book in that quiz. Nothing made sense. Nothing went by the flow. It was totally by the seat of your pants. But it was.
But according to you, Rohan, it was exceptional.
You just said it gets better and better every time. What?
Yeah.
It was funny.
In the moment, you are screwing, and you're like, "What is going on?" But
everyone was involved, and Alexis, as we said, was that an appeal? If you appealed anything, that's it. You lost points.
Was that an appeal?
Poor old Lee, like because everyone just sat around in groups, so they got into groups, and Lee and RJ looked up, and they were with all the wags. Like, it was just them two.
Name that team, the wives,
and all the wives and girlfriends of Transformers the show and friends. And so when the questions were coming on, RJ was like, "It's all right, I'll get the questions." When they'd done the Transformer relay, they just handed it to each other 5 times.
No wonder they won.
Yeah, but no, it was
RJ
good.
was looking up answers on his phone.
Yeah, he was.
Whoa.
And Alexis came up on the challenges.
Yeah, it's almost like the more pissed he got, the less bothered he was.
Really? That's a shock. We never see that every fucking week.
I couldn't hack that being a teacher. I would have probably died.
Really good thing is when he gets that pissed, he wasn't pissed, ruined, but he was fairly on the way, and everyone was. It's like the stuff at the end where like no one would say it, but he went, who was it? It was like, right, let's do a photo of everyone, and they was like, oh, but in the end, everyone got up, and everyone loves that photos. So many people were like texting, oh, can we have the photo and stuff, and the videos. It's absolutely his biggest weakness and his biggest strength as well.
It was such a good day. Such a good day.
I'm looking forward to next year already.
Just don't stay in the Apollo Hotel. It's cheap. It's cheap for a reason.
What? You didn't have thousands of friends staying with you in your bed?
Bed
didn't
bugs.
say that.
Bed bugs.
Oh, right.
That's in any hotel. That's in any hotel he goes in.
Night 1, 4 o'clock in the morning. So I went. That's so good. I was having such a good time. We had beers and stuff. I'd driven all the way back from where was I that day? I think it was in Newcastle. Drove all the way down. Got to my hotel. Got in. Went across. Met everyone. Was having a brilliant time. I thought I don't want to ruin tomorrow like I normally do. I'm not going to stay up till 6 a.m. I'm enjoying tonight, but I'll go to bed. And I went to bed at 9:30. And I woke up at 4 o'clock in the morning to the police knocking at my door. And so I opened the door, and when you're half asleep, I was like, I didn't really understand why they were there. And they were like, oh, we just need to search this room, see if anyone's there or in the cupboard. I was like, what? Yeah, go on then.
What?
Yeah, seriously. So I let them in. They search around. And then they go, well, so sorry for keeping you up. We're off now. I was like, yeah, that's fine. Close my door. 4 o'clock in the morning, the police doing searches.
This is why I only do 4-star hotels. I just
Yeah, that's why.
That's
yeah.
Normally I do. I always stay in nice
Bloody
hotels.
working class.
The Premier Inn's the closest.
I'm not
apart
sure
from the
that counts
Copton.
as working class. Police knocking you at 4 o'clock in the morning. For fuck's sake.
Yeah, it was below even on my standards.
What would have
but it
happened
was
if you'd said no? I'm trying to sleep
don't
here.
know.
Piss off.
I'm never make a joke. I said, you better check that cupboard.
Have you got a warrant? Have you got a warrant?
Whole
My
family
name is
live
not
streaming
Rohan.
From the prison.
Yeah.
Just say
In the-
Rohan's in
when
that
they were
room
doing-
over there.
When they were checking it, I thought this is good because the police are in my room. So if there is someone there, I've got the police now. It's better they find them than me in the morning. Whoever
I
is
bet
they
you
were
thought it was an
watching.
Alexis strippogram. Just said
Or
no.
Alexis.
Alex himself.
If it'd been the night after, I go, oh, what the fuck's he done? But I think Jermaine. So loads of people got the police knocking around, and I spoke to Luke, and apparently that's a thing. They will just go around and search rooms in that hotel, the Apollo Hotel. So
Just randomly.
Oh, nice.
yeah, room to room.
Beautiful.
So I thought they were looking for someone when they said that we come in. I thought someone's run up here and like tried to hide or something. But yeah, so that was
Why
it.
would there randomly be somebody in your room?
More
Why would it
importantly,
be a
why would he
regular
care?
occurrence that they would go and check?
I stay in a lot of hotels, at least 2 a week, and that's never happened to me before until I got to the Apollo Hotel in Birmingham. It's the first time
Oh my word!
ever happened.
I think it tells you everything you
Me
need
and
to
the
know.
wife are
doesn't
staying
it?
there next year, and then when they knock on my
noticed-
door
yeah,
and they go,
Alexis-
do you know her? The answer will be no.
No, get around. Alexis just thought about how he was in the wardrobe, but he was probably pissing, to be fair, so I wouldn't worry about it too much.
Looking for Narnia.
Searching for his hotel room.
He was staying at the Premier Inn, which is right next to the convention. So the Apollo's over the road. The Premier Inn is like one door down, isn't it? On the left. And then everyone stayed at the. Where did everyone else stay? Where did you stay, Pete?
We stayed in an Airbnb round the corner, behind the back of the Apollo.
Sorry, everyone else stayed down the road at the. I think it was the Best Western.
Mm.
And everyone was there. Chris McFeely was there. Gav was there. Our J.R. Tolkien was there as well. There's a big plaque on the outside in blue, and it says J.R. Tolkien. You think, oh, what's that? And then underneath it says in small writing, "Stayed here once." Right. Yeah.
I think
We
he
had
said
great
RJR
banter,
Tolkien.
Yeah.
me and McFeely in the morning about J.R. Tolkien staying there.
Top bands.
Top bands. The basics on bands.
Do you reckon he does get back on the plane and go?
No, he was almost. He left my car. He was like, I can't. Oh, it's been brilliant again. Thank you so much. Said I can't wait till next year, but obviously we'll catch up at TFN. I was like, yeah, definitely cool. He's just so nice. Such a cool guy.
Yeah, he is genuinely.
Right. The next discussion, unless you got anything else to add to the beauty that was TFUKcon.
RJ was bragging about. Oh.
What?
Yeah, that happened as well.
In the room that he stayed in with his mum. I just.
And he has to go at us.
Yeah, great. I just don't understand.
Stay away from my mother. Well, you stay away from your mother. I think that's what we need to say right
You're
now.
a bigger risk than we are.
So last thing, so it's going to happen again next year. So if you want to come along, just book a hotel for the night, book a hotel for 2 nights, the Friday and Saturday. It's such a cheap convention. What was it, £30 if you get the early bird ticket? I love
Absolute
TFN.
bargain.
TFN's about £200 this year, isn't it? It's for 2. So 30 quid for people like Simon Furman, but you actually get to sit down. We sold out this year. 2 people didn't turn up. 105 tickets. We sold out. 103 people turned up. 2 people didn't. We couldn't have had it. It wouldn't any more in that room would have been probably a little bit too many.
It was perfect.
Alexis, it was perfect until Alexis turned up. So any more in the room would have been perfect. And yeah, just well,
Lee, he always does it. He always does it.
Oh, was Alexis getting touchy-feely again? What is that about?
He just
So
gets
I went to bed.
doesn't he?
I caught up with Luke. Luke was talking about next year and stuff, what he wants to do. And I think Pete and Alexis and Lily, you all went to, is it TGI's?
Yeah. Yeah.
Noise.
Oh, I've seen the video.
Yeah.
And the still.
Yeah.
Oh, I need to get that photo.
We'll find out what happened after the show.
How many days to TFN, Jamie? Thursday crew?
It's about 84 days now or something like that, isn't it? 83 days.
For 83 days, yeah.
Yeah.
Not long.
Looking forward to it.
Right. Should we move on to the next discussion, which is 1991 robots, Transformers, or toys?
Do you want me to show the list so everybody knows?
Yeah,
what
show
we're
the
working
list.
with here?
Show the
I would
list.
Love to go to the toilet.
Because Alexis isn't here to mess it up.
Just before you disappear off for a piss, you just share this.
Nope.
Thank you. So, I know it's a bit hard to see, so I'll zoom. So, you had Action Masters.
I picked
Lots of
Gold, but
Action
I'll
Masters.
get anyway classics.
Hang on. What is We've got to fill 12 minutes here, Jamie. For got Action Master figures. You've got the Exosuit Action Masters. You've got motorized Exosuit Action Masters. All the classics. Action Master Elites. That double punch one is actually supposed to be quite good and very rare. Yeah, quite hard to pick up. Omega Supreme, and a few others. And then, of course, the good stuff, which was the Motivators and Overlord. And then the only other stuff you really had over here in Europe, in the UK at least, was what you can see on the screen, which is the classics. So we got the gold box classics, as they say, over at Triple Takeover. Which is quite an interesting mix when you actually look at it and think about it. So you've got your throttle bots, obviously. You've got your protector bots, and over your mouth, Jamie. Combaticons, classic triple changes, but only Astra Train, Octane, Sandstorm, and Springer. Dinobots, but only 3 of them. And classic heroes of Sideswipe and Tracks. Are they classic heroes? I feel like this was just Hasbro saying, what molds have we not destroyed and we still got bloody left? Optimus Prime, of course, and then combine a gift set of Devastator and Defensor. So that's what we're working with here, people. The pickings are relatively slim.
Mm-hmm.
Does anybody wish to go first?
Goldbug, brilliant, classic. The sticker wasn't the rub one this time. They removed it with a replaced it with a nice glossy sticker, I think.
They did, I believe so, yeah.
Yeah, that's it. Brilliant. Popped up. Bit disconcerting with the arms, but people in the community were represented who don't have arms, so that's good. So,
this is a fair comment.
Do you think that's what they were thinking at the time?
Yeah, that was the idea.
Of course, yeah.
Well, hey,
7th year of the
they
line.
don't need to transform it, do they? Because you can use the head to roll it along, then it pops up. That's forward thinking.
Or the feet. They've got feet, have they?
And that's inclusion. That's how you do it properly.
You're right, and I'm the one that's going to get us cancelled tonight.
Yeah. Is that 2 things that need to be cut out?
How's that? There's nothing wrong with that statement.
If you watch it back, you can pinpoint the exact moment Shady gave up. Yeah, Goldberg.
How can you say that? Because it was said
without arms could just roll it back with it.
It was said with love. Deep down.
They can use their feet. I mean,
yes, they can
you can learn to use your feet just as good as your hands.
Oh dear. Oh my God.
You think about it. When you think about game consoles and stuff like that, you've got controllers there. You've got controllers in games that they are considering people, who have got disabilities, etc. And that's good. And I think sometimes with toys, they don't really think that, do they?
Correct.
I think Photobots were.
I mean, back in 1991, anyway.
Do you think that's why Photobots were a thing? Such a 2022.
Well, you know me.
Throttlebots, brilliant. Right. Who was good next?
For me, it would have been Grimlock, because every time Grimlock's in the list. This could be the classics version. I can't remember back that far. It's been many, many years. However, it would be Grimlock every time, regardless of whether he's on the list or not.
To transform, you need 2 hands for that. Not very inclusive.
I mean, look, I can't. There's nothing I can say to that. You're right. It is a 2-hand transformation. I'm not even going to attempt to do it one-handed, and I'm not going to attempt to do it with no hands. Yeah, Grimlock, because Grimlock is always the answer.
Fair play. Nice.
Cool.
Thanks, Rohan. You always back me. You always back me, Rohan.
That's why I'm here.
8 minutes. Rohan?
Yeah, this is going well.
Right, so I thought I would pick a figure I actually had in my collection, and I didn't have a lot of the Action Masters because, to be honest with you, I thought they were wank. But I picked.
Fucking happy enough to sell me one.
Ah, yeah, well, that's why. Hey, he wasn't even on the list. I did actually have a couple of those Action Masters, which I've sold, so there's a good reason for that. Instead, I picked one of the Motivators. This is the only one I have right now. It's in my.
Is that Lightspeed?
Junk. Yes, correct. It is Lightspeed. is actually the reason why I like these is because they were almost like the G1 cars, but obviously created by Hasbro, so not quite as good. And you can actually transform them one-handed if you wish to, Jamie, because they're that easy. There you go, it's all done. Yeah, it's done. And then. Yeah, that's about it. What can I say? One thing I will say is
literally.
These guys had a combined mode, which was absolutely terrible because if you look at the pictures of it, because they were really hard to get, I think, in the UK, and so prices of them gone through the roof. But the combined mode looks terrible. Have a look at it; it's just really bad. I believe they left 2 characters out. That's right. Yeah. So in Japan, you actually got 5, and that's what made the combined mode look proper. But in the UK and Europe, look proper. Proper. But here we only got 3 of them, so that's unfortunate. I think out of the 3 of them, Lightspeed is probably the funniest coloured one with this blue and the red and the yellow. It's almost like a GoBot colour, and it actually reminds me of the GoBot Turbo. So there you go. Whereas I think Flame was probably the cool one, being a Lamborghini, and Gripper was that sort of off-road car. So everyone loved that for that reason. But yes, there you go. I like them. They're different. They're Hasbro. They're cool.
All right. Good choice. I'll go next. So 1991. Transformers UK. There's only one thing I could think of, which is the Sega Game Gear, released in 1991 in the UK. Now, technically, my brother got this in 1991. That's not my brother. That's a friend of mine now. Who's he's funny.
Is he a friend or?
Yeah, good friend. And he had Sonic, and sometimes he would let me borrow his Game Gear, and he had the AC adapter, so batteries were not an issue. And I would sit there at night in bed, like parents would go to sleep, not realise, playing, getting all the Chaos Emerald, 6 of them. Brilliant memories of that. I had the Game Boy, which I think came out in 1991 as well in the UK. My brother had the Game Gear. It was insane to have a fucking visual backlit color 8-bit system, master system in your hands. It only took 32 batteries. They lasted 20 minutes, but it was an absolute beast. That's my. So no wonder I was fucking collecting. What did Transformers do in 1991? Action Masters. Oh, thanks. Yeah, I'll get them rather than the Game Boy with Super Mario or Sonic on the Game Gear. No wonder.
What's happened? Why are you filled with so much rage? You had so much love for Action Masters.
They gave up. Hasbro gave up. Hasbro gave up.
Because then he got one.
It lasted about 3 minutes, to be fair.
This is a man who lives for his transformations, and he thought, I know it's a good idea. I'll collect Action Masters.
I got 1, and then 2. Nope.
Actually, they're back.
That's made my night. Who's next? Oh crap! Is it just me? Has everybody else gone?
Yeah.
Yep.
Right. This is brilliant. This because I did point out 1991 was shit, but everybody else wanted to do it. So I appear to be the only one who put the effort in. So I'm just going to share this.
What? My beautiful rendition of the Gold Bug.
I had to get through 3 minutes to pick up this
Push
piece
it back
of
in your head. Fucking hell. Anyway, Overlord, which I have owned a very incomplete version of, which also had a couple of small breakages. But it's got to be Overlord. He was by far the best toy of the year. Yep. He's now an incredibly rare toy and difficult one to pick up, especially if you want it complete. If you want it boxed, it's even more rare. As Rohan can tell us, because you managed to sell one for your brother, didn't you?
I did, yeah, absolutely. So at TFUKcon #1, I brought a boxed Overlord along. It was my brother's. He kindly gave it to me to sell on his behalf, and it was complete, in really good condition. The box was a bit tatty, but the figure itself really good. Yeah, indeed. And I believe it's more of a European exclusive. I don't think the US got very many copies of this figure.
The US didn't get it at all, Rohan. This is the thing. This is why it's so expensive. So they got it in Japan, and we got it in Europe and in the UK, but they didn't get it in America. In fact, this whole year of these kind of, and 1992 as well, when you had the Predators and everything. So the Americans loved picking up these bits just because they never got them originally. It makes it harder for us. Well, it makes it harder for any collector when something's in demand. And there's so many bits to Overlord that actually trying to get all the bits is all I literally had when I did own part of it was the base tank, and the Jet.
Yeah.
And it was a beat-up version that I got off a mate of mine called Dave Barrow, who lives in Leeds. Good lad, if you're watching, Dave. Big hello to you. But it was so expensive to complete.
Was that someone else?
Yeah, he was the security guard in Asda.
Yeah.
We got talking one day because he spotted me, I think, buying a Transformer or something, and he thought I was nicking it. So we had a chat, and then it turned out he was a massive G1 Transformers collector. He got in. I mean, he could tell you these stories. He'd be quite interesting to talk to about it in a way, because he told me all these stories about how basically when eBay was like a new thing, and he'd go on and he'd look, and there'd be people in America selling entire collections of G1 Transformers boxed and in mint condition and stuff, and selling them for what is essentially equated to about £100. So he'd buy them all, and he had a whole room in his house that was filled, a bit like Russell's room, but filled with just boxes and boxes of complete G1 Transformers, which eventually he kind of sold on bits of it and, you know, kind of rotated his collection and stuff. But yeah, Overlord, it is a massive brick of a Transformer. It's a bit like Power Master Optimus Prime, but it's just... It's so strange when you kind of see one. There's something about it that, despite the fact it's a massive brick, it's
the thing is, even though you say that, like with Power Master Prime, he is a massive brick. With Overlord, at least he's got all those ramps and accessories. You can play with him with the MicroMasters and create like a little play set.
Yeah, although the ramps don't plug in, do they?
No, but
when you put them on, they literally just kind of sit there. So if you knock them, they tend to fall off. But
they do.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
The opening cockpit and whatever, you know.
There's a lot of accessories. But yeah, this was imported across from Japan, and Hasbro sold it over here in the UK and Europe, which is why it came in that gold box, because it was coming out around the same time. And I think I remember seeing one of these in the shops when I was a kid, and I probably, it was too expensive for like however much pocket money I had at the time, and then I never saw it again until you're an adult collector, and then you find out about him. But yeah, he would be on the Grail list. He'd be on there with like Fortress Maximus for me to get a complete boxed one, but they are not cheap. You're talking hundreds and hundreds of pounds to get one. So yeah,
I remember at school a buddy of mine had Overlord, and he let me borrow it overnight sort of thing to play with, and it was just like you, Andy. It was just the two main sections. I remember thinking, damn, do I have to give this back? Maybe I'll trade him some other parts for it, sort of thing. But...
Oh my god, were you trading even then, Ron?
Yeah, I was. Yeah, absolutely. They don't call me Swindle for nothing.
Rohans independent traders. Anyway, yeah, so my choice would be Overlord because it was the best and most iconic bot of that year. Not counting the classics, but the classics were all things we'd already had before.
Yeah. Like Grimlock.
Yeah, especially Grimlock.
Right, guys. Thank you so much for watching the show tonight. I gotta say, like, thank you so much everyone at the TFUKcon. The people we met, I'm not going to list them because there's too many, but they were fucking amazing, and we do something for you guys because you were brilliant. That's it for the show. If it's the first time you watched us, head to Facebook and search for Transformers the Show. What's the Twitter, Jamie? TF Show UK?
TF Show UK. Yes, that's it.
Do that. Join us there. If not, we'll see you next week. If you saw the TF UK thing and you want to watch it again, it's going live in just over 10 minutes time on the channel. So if you want to watch the video again, it's going live on the channel in 10 minutes. Thanks so much for watching us tonight. Au revoir.